Today, there is a man who is 99 years old. Today, there is a man who is more than 100 years old. That man has been confined to a wheelchair for more than 30 years. But that man is earning not less than $300 million a year, each and every year. There is no way that man is working to make that money. It is humanly impossible for a person who is confined in a wheelchair, a person who is 100 years old, to be making even 1 million rand or 1,000 rand with his own strength. But our man who is more than 100 years old, our man who has been confined to a wheelchair for more than 30 years, is earning not less than $300 million every year. How is that possible? It is possible because there are people who are working to make that money for him. It is possible because he is a thief who is taking what other people are struggling to produce. It is possible because of employment system. It's a system that allows some people to steal, like slavery, which allowed the slave master to own the products of the slave labor. Employment system allows a gangster. Employment system allows a robber to own the property of somebody, the employees or the slave's labor. Our man who is more than 100 years old is earning more money a week than his employees can earn in their lifetime. A man who knows that he may die at any moment is a billionaire, and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. When his workers are starving, when his workers are homeless, when his workers cannot afford to send their children to school, our man who is more than 100 years old is the richest man in the world. Our man who is not working is earning more money than other countries can make in a year. Our man who is more than 100 years old is nothing but a gangster. It's nothing but a robber, because employment system is legalized theft. But the question is, how can a man justify accumulating so much wealth from the people who are dying of poverty? How do one justify it? People justify it because John Calvin has taught them that there is predestination. John Calvin has taught the people that before people are born, people are already chosen whether they will go to heaven or to hell. People justify accumulating all the wealth of the world and leave the rest of the world starving, because John Calvin has taught them that before you are born, you are already predestined to go to hell or to go to heaven. And John Calvin has taught you that if you become rich, it does not matter how you got rich. As long as you are rich, it means you are destined to go to heaven. And if you are poor, you are destined to go to hell. That is how John Calvin taught people to distinguish between those who are destined to go to heaven and those who are going to hell. John Calvin has taught people that it is a success. Those who are successful, no matter how they go to be successful, whether you employ slaves, whether you are a gambler, as long as you can become rich, you are going to heaven. And those who will be poor, whether you are poor because you did not steal, whether you are poor because you did not kill, whether you are poor because you did not tell false witness, you will go to hell. This means even if you kill, even if you rape, even if you steal, even if you disrespect your mother and father, even if you don't honor Sabbath, even if you use the Lord's name in vain, as long as you get rich, you'll go to heaven. That was the teaching of John Calvin. He says the difference between going to heaven and going to hell is success. Those who are successful will go to heaven, and those who are not are predestined to go to hell. That is how a man who's more than 100 years old, that is how a man who's sitting on a wheelchair, who's not producing anything, is able to earn more money than other countries can make in a year. That is how a man who's sitting in a wheelchair, who's not producing, can justify taking from people, from the workers who are poor, the workers who are starving, workers who are homeless, workers who cannot afford to send them to a school. It is because John Calvin has taught people that the difference between going to hell and heaven is success. It does not matter how you become successful. As long as you are successful, you go to heaven. And if you are not, if you are poor, you will go to hell. But before John Calvin was born, there was Jesus Christ. Before Christianity was born, there was Jesus Christ. Before United States of America was created, there was Jesus Christ. Before the Republic of France was created, there was Jesus Christ. Before the Windsors ruled Britain, there was Jesus Christ. And this is what Jesus said about the rich people. This is what Jesus said about the poor people. What Jesus said was different from what John Calvin said. Jesus, in Luke 12, verse 16 to verse 21, it reads as follows. And he said to them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of things he possesses. Then he spoke a parable to them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man yielded plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops? So he said, I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided? So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. This is what Jesus said. Jesus did not say that those who are successful are predestined to go to heaven, and those who are not successful are predestined to go to hell. Jesus didn't say those who are rich out of gambling in the Wall Street, those who are rich out of gambling in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, those who are rich out of London Stock Exchange will go to heaven. Jesus didn't say those who are rich because they are killers. Jesus didn't say those who are rich because they are liars. Jesus didn't say those who are rich because they disobey their mothers and fathers. Jesus didn't say that those who are rich because they speak the Lord's name in vain will go to heaven. And Jesus said that we should not gather the riches of this world and not be rich towards God. Jesus said that people must be rich towards God, not towards dollars, not towards pounds, not towards francs, not towards rands, not towards pullers, not towards any money that is used in this world. Jesus said that people must be rich towards God. So if he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. Jesus is today saying to the CEO of Marikana, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which we have provided?" Today, the President of South Africa is saying, "Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." But God is saying to the President of South Africa, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided?" Today, the King Zoletini, is saying to himself, "Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." But God is saying to King Zoletini, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided?" Today, the CEO of Marikana is saying to himself, "Soul," he's saying to his soul, "Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." But God is saying to the CEO of Marikana, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided?" Today, Bill Gates is saying to his soul, "Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry." But God is saying to Bill Gates, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided?" Verse 21 says, "So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God." Before John Calvin was born, Jesus already taught people that they must be rich towards God, not lay treasures in this world. Do not accumulate the wealth of the workers and let them starve because you think that will prove that you are predestined to go to heaven. The word of God says no. The word of God is saying, "Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided?" People will not go to heaven because they are rich. People will not go to heaven because they have stolen so much. People will not go to heaven because they've extorted so much from other human beings. Because no wealth just grow up. Wealth is worked for. And those who are wealthy have taken it from the workers, and taking the fruit of somebody's labor is theft. John Calvin said that even as long as you are rich, even if you are stolen, you will go to heaven. But the word of God says, "Thou shalt not steal." It is important to know that rich you can be, but that is not a proof that you have been predestined to go to heaven. Jesus has said that before John Calvin was born.